Can Yelp, HomeBuddy, LocalHomePro, all the lead networks go on and on. Can these help or harm your window company? And honestly, it depends. But here's what it comes down to. And by the way, hey, I'm Carl Stoy, the founder of Stoy Media. And over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, we've been helping service businesses scale with paid ads, filling up their pipeline, getting them more opportunities to sell their service. And let's talk about these different lead networks because we all see it and we've all heard the horror stories. But here's the thing. They can help your business and they can also harm it. But it comes down to one thing, and let's make nice and large. It comes down to systems. Now, that doesn't mean their system, but that means your systems. What I see a lot of companies do is they'll sign up with some of these networks. They will, maybe they'll enter in a bad deal where they're doing shared leads for a lot of money, or they go down a path where they choose shared leads because they're cheaper and just think that they can work them instead of just paying $100 or $150 per lead to just get an exclusive lead that's only sent to you. And that's the only other problem, but I'm not gonna cover that. Talk at length about affiliate programs and how if you pay your affiliates low, the ones who are getting you all the leads low and they're making low margin, they're gonna start doing shady stuff so that they can actually get you the lead at your price. But unless your company has systems, things like sales processes, setting processes, if you don't have a consistent process to close appointments that your setters get, or you, whoever's setting the appointments, and if you don't have a solid system to actually turn those leads into appointments, which I can run through a couple tips on how to set higher. Now, we're a marketing agency. We also sell leads to home improvement companies on a pay-per-lead basis. So I can't tell you how to close these projects. But what I can tell you is how to turn these bad boys into appointments. And if you don't have any sort of process in order to consistently set appointments and close them, all you're going to do is keep pointing at all these lead networks and say they're the problem. But at the end of the day, blaming other people for the mistake you made with your leads is never going to make your company money. Sitting there on your back and saying, oh, these companies suck, all of them are bad, I'll never work with another one again, that's not going to make something better. It's not going to make your situation better. Instead, you should focus on making sure you have systems for sales and setting, and of course production and all these other things, but have a system so that it's easy to replicate and you can find out what you're doing wrong. So let's talk about it, because when you look at the whole length of your system, your company system, you get a lead, then you turn that into an appointment, then you turn that into a sale, and then you turn that into you start doing the project. And there's all these other steps for actually doing the project. But these main three is what we focus on as the acquisition, and that's leads, appointments, and sales. So if you have a process to get leads, which is working with a marketing agency, working with a lead provider like Stoy Media, and then you have an appointment process. So you have appointment setters who do X, Y, and Z in order as soon as they get the lead. And then you have a sales process. So your salesmen go through this outline and they follow it. And what I see a lot of people, like I said, they don't have either of these and they're just kind of guessing on this one. They're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what gets them a closed project. But all you're going to end up doing is blaming these lead networks. And then that's it. You're going to just keep blaming these lead networks. And then a year later, you're going to say, I need more leads. And then you're going to sign up with another one and say the same thing because these processes aren't even in place. And let's talk about how to get a good appointment setting process. Like I said, we're a lead provider. This is checked. You just have to find a good lead vendor or a good agency to do it at a monthly fee or a per lead basis, which is what Stoy Media is. You can check out the link in the description. But from there, what you want to have your appointment setters do is call. Number one, this is the most important step. I made a different video called Calling Your Leads Within 5 Minutes is Outdated. Check that video out if you want to talk about speed to lead times, but your speed to lead should be within 30 seconds. Not even. I've seen better, 3 seconds. So 30 to 3 seconds is your timing from seeing the lead, wherever you get it, Slack, text message, email, I'd recommend Slack. From seeing that, 3 seconds to 30 seconds should pass before you pick up the phone and call them. There should be no waiting. And if you're a operator who's out in the field all day, I get it. But here's what you can do. There's a little tip that you can do if you go inside of your CRM. Unless you don't have automations, if you don't have automation, switch to a different CRM. But within your CRM, what you can do is have automated text flows. Meaning, as soon as they come in, they get a text saying, hey, this is your name from company name. I saw you just submitted a form looking for a quote on blank. Would you be against me setting up an appointment this week? And then you can have an AI chatbot respond to them. And you don't have to be that smart to set up this responder. Because if you can't figure these two out, no matter what you plug into the funnel, you're not going to get anything back because you don't have any process. And so continuing on, you can have an AI respond back with them and start setting the appointment with them. You could respond and say, hey, would you be against me calling you in a moment? Or would you be against, or you can say, would you be against just scheduling a call yourself? Or would you be against me calling you in a moment? Or book on this link, and you can have them book on a link. And so these are all different situations you can be in if you are a sole operator who can't call the leads immediately. But if you do have a call center, or you do have one dedicated receptionist or a wife or a younger kid or something like that, call the leads within 30 to 3 seconds, have an intro text saying, hey, this is their name from company name, because what that does is on their phone, it's now going to say maybe, and let's say your name is Amy. So it's going to say maybe Amy, maybe Carl, maybe Aaron, whatever the name is. It's going to show up as maybe and that name. So it's going to increase the chances that they're going to answer the phone. Because all you have to do is answer the phone. If you can get them on the phone and they're actually interested, that's turned into a booked appointment. And if you buy phone calls, now we don't sell phone calls at the moment, we'll see in the future. But if you have a phone call, there's a reason why they sell for $300, $200 per phone call, because as long as you get them on the phone, you're turning them into an appointment. And so what you want to do here is send them an intro text so that you increase the chances that they answer the phone. And then you also want to have a good phone system. So we're just going to say system for phones. Because what you want to ensure is that your phone numbers aren't showing up as spam likely, which if you do a lot of outbound dialing, what the phone systems and the phone carriers will see is you've had a lot of call volume at a very short durations to a lot of phone numbers, which is going to mark you as potentially a telemarketer, which is what they want to mark you as. They want to mark you as a telemarketer. And what you can do to avoid this is have multiple different phone numbers that it will cycle through. There's certain health trackers, but like I said, if you're a sole operator who maybe is calling the leads yourself or doesn't have the money for a fancy system, just have like 2 phone numbers. Like if you call, I would recommend that you call through a CRM that has multiple phone numbers in it. I know most CRMs have the ability to call. I don't know what CRMs don't is a better question. So just buy multiple phone numbers and allow them to switch through them every week or so. Or call on one and then in the middle of the day switch to a different phone number. And if you just have that consistent switching through phone numbers, you're going to decrease the likelihood that that phone number gets marked as spam. But if you have the money for it, there are systems out there where it will mark your phone number, have the health score, et cetera, and switch it out for you. But these are the 3 steps. Really big emphasis on this one right here. You want to make sure that this one is your number 1 focus. Forget the text, forget the system. If you just call within 3 seconds, the likelihood of them getting on the phone is really high. And this could be possibly the difference between a 20% set rate, meaning out of 100 leads, you only get 20 turn into appointments, and booking 40% of appointments, literally getting you double the appointments for calling 4 minutes faster than what everyone recommends you, which is 5 minutes. And if you want to watch that video on why calling within 5 minutes is outdated, check out the video on the channel. But otherwise, I want to let you know, if you do currently work with, Angi, LocalHomePro, Home Advisor, HomeBuddy, there's so many different lead networks. If you currently work with them and are struggling or are looking for a new one, you can click the link in the description and apply to work with us and see if we may be a good fit for a lead provider. But I want to tell you that if you continue, and this is for your sake, if you continue to point at them and say they're the problem, all you're going to do, and people do this with marketing agencies too, they'll go through 10 marketing agencies, 12 marketing agencies in a year. It's like, what do you mean you went through this many in a year? Did you even give them enough time? Or when are you going to say the problem may be me? And I know this may be hard for someone to admit at some point, but you have to have that humility in order to fix your problems. So if you have any questions, the comments are there for a reason. And like I said, if you're potentially interested in working with us, there's going to be a link in the description. Check that out, book a call, and we'll talk to you soon.